Okay, so out of the last 5 days, there were a couple of takeaways. What struck me a lot was the difference. I could think that it's my need, but I'm actually on some strategy. Now I'm able to kind of, at least be aware that I'm only thinking of a strategy and it's not the need per se. And there are other ways also I could think of to meet the need. For instance, when I'm doing my sessions, it's like I do sessions for one thing that struck today also, make a difference to others. So I thought making difference to others itself is a need, and today it was a revelation that that's only a strategy. Now I'm going to go back and check what is my need, and what could be the other strategies that I can do to meet the need. I'm yet to reach my core need, but it's heartening to know that I can stay with the thought and allow myself to give more time to reach the core need. And the other things that struck me was the language of should, must. So now I'm a little more conscious. When I tell should, I'm actually telling myself that there are no other choices available for me. So that's a big that's really a big awareness for me. And today's session about triggers, that's going to be really helpful. I need those triggers as a bridge between the jackal and the giraffe, because often I have to hear things which I don't want to hear, and I'm sometimes stuck there. What do I do next? Or else I keep repeating the same thing. I'm feeling hurt. I didn't like what I heard. So now I have some alternate strategies on how I can empathize with myself and then also work with the other person. Thanks a lot, Subha. It was delightful to be here. And there are a couple of things I tried at home. Some worked, some didn't work. What didn't work, I came and shared, and I got back some perspectives. And what worked, I would reflect further and take it forward. Thank you so much.
Out of the 5 days, first thing that I have that is strong in my mind is observation. Whatever be the situation, first I could try to be an observer. Then I could understand the feeling that goes behind that observation, then identify the need, and then make a request. That is what, in a nutshell, that is what is a takeaway. Then for me, this identifying the need and working with it is very strong, because so far I have not been doing it. Next is triggers, working with triggers. Triggers is something that is like very instant, because I am like that. When a small trigger just happens, immediately I flare up. But then the sheet which says about triggers, that is going to, when I go through, I think it is going to help me a lot. How not to flare up, and again being observant in that situation. So these are the major takeaways for me.
Hi Shiva, I took this OFNR course, and recently in my personal life I had kind of a small setback, and I was actually thinking of working on myself to how to self-express, I want to work on more communication, and it was a godsend when I saw this kind of a short-term course on non-violent communication, and I just grabbed the opportunity, just wanted to come and attend, and I feel so glad that I attended this workshop, and I learned a lot. If you say, so to give us such a short note, it's very difficult for me to kind of give a short summary. But first of all, is when for the first chapter on observation, is when itself I observed myself. It was a self-introspection myself, saying here how I usually go more on evaluation and judging others, where my mind immediately go to judge or try to find a strategy. So how to solve the issue rather than observing the feelings of the person and understanding the need. So that is the first kind of understanding I had and introspection I had, which I have made up my mind that I really need to work on that. And the next is the difference between the demand and the request, which I thought I am requesting, but it is actually a demand. That was also a big kind of revelation for me, thinking that I was thinking that I am doing the right way, but actually it is not. So that is one takeaway which I see. The other takeaway thing was, of course, empathizing. Empathizing for other as well as, which I think I have to really work on, is self-empathy, and also understanding the core need, which still I'm working on. I have to really work on questioning myself, what is my core need, and I really want to do that so that I can empathize with myself. If such thoughts come, like the Jekyll in comes, I can give empathy to myself. So I want to work on that. I really wish we could have more classes, so that more practicals, because I enjoyed the activities, especially on empathy as well as Jekyll in and Jekyll out, and to get more practice. I feel that we should have more activity based, like maybe like once in a month or something, have such dialogue presentation and triggers or something, and how do you react to Jekyll in and Jekyll out. So that is my kind of a desire to kind of indirect way of telling Shubha that let's hope to have some practical sessions. The last thing which like we had today was the trigger, which is absolutely so important for me, because it's not only not working on myself, because I see triggers from outside and I have to work on that, how to react in a much more calmer way. So, so that it brings me inner peace also, and also brings a kind of harmony around. So that I still want to keep on. I saw all the strategies which are involved, and I want to kind of, starting from today when I go home, I want to start on those kind of all these aspects actually. Thank you very, very much, Shiva.
So much for the wonderful journey towards analyzing my own self. Shubha, the journey, though we have learned so much in Chetana, this journey was totally a different experience, learning more about my own self, what are my own needs, how I have to satisfy my needs so that I can satisfy others' needs, and also having self-empathy and about the jackals and giraffes that forms part of our own self. When you open up to the universe in turn gives you that positive energy back to you, and that is how I feel I got the chance of being part of this NVC program. So I'm very happy to be part of this wonderful journey with you, Shubha, and thank you so much for being so considerate and accommodative with all of us. Thank you so much, Shubha.
Hi, this is about my takeaway from the NVC workshop. The first thing that I learned was to make just observations and not evaluations, and to accept things as they are. I mean, be it sickness or a situation, and to go beyond a feeling and identify the need, and that the process was very liberating for me, and also to make requests to people without attaching a story or a situation to it. And last but not the least, all the meditative processes were very, very enriching and powerful. And so a big thank you to Shubha.